Hey there, good looking. Join me for this all levels circuit workout using just one dumbbell and guaranteed to blast some calories. That's right. All I need for you to grab is one moderate to heavy dumbbell. For reference, I'm using a 20. And then if you're going to stick around to the very end, which I highly recommend that you do, I'm finishing off this workout with a shoulder finisher to help bulletproof your shoulders. So for that, you will need a rolled towel and then a light dumbbell. And I'm talking light. I'm using a 3-pound dumbbell. And if you're watching this in real time, welcome to day 1 of your strong and sassy challenge. All right, grab your gear. Let's go get warmed up. Hi there, my name's PJ and I'm going to be leading you through this workout, and I am awfully honored that you chose this workout to get your sweat on today. All right, let's warm up. As we do, I'll chat about the workout. Deal? Heading down onto the mat, one knee on, extend the other leg out, hands in front, rock yourself forward, and then when we rock back, I want you to turn that toe up to your ceiling. Here we go. Warming up into the inner thigh and a bit into the shoulders as well. So we have a circuit. That means one exercise after another, 4 rounds of them. Not a lot of break, but I'm confident we can kill it, okay? Let's do 2 more here. 1 more. Now sit back for me. Drop this toe. Take this arm under and then reach and twist. Good. Sitting right back on your heel now. Now focusing into this shoulder and T-spine as we lift and reach. Great job. Let's do 2 more here. 1 more. And other side. Here we go. Bring your arms far enough forward so when you sit back, you can feel a good stretch through the sides of the body, and remember to turn that toe up as you sit back. So yeah, and able to make a workout so that you do get the most calorie burn. We want to work many muscles at the same time, so what we call compound exercises, and very little rest. So that's what today's all about. All right, let's sit back. Let's drop that toe, take this arm now, bring it under and reach it, and then follow your hand with your gaze. One more. Excellent. Come into a standing position for me. Get into the hamstring, single leg kick. Take your hand, bring that foot up, stepping it back so we extend the hip, and then get into the hamstrings when we kick up. Last 2. And let's do the other side. Here we go. Arm up. Woo, this side's tighter. Maybe you're finding the same thing. One side a little tighter than the other. You know, these things happen in daily life. We tend to favor one side of the body. One side of the body tends to be stronger. So when we train, this is a good time to work out those kinks. 1 more. Excellent. Outer hip for me. Stabilize. Mirror me. Bend this leg. Bring it out and in. So it's like a standing fire hydrant. But we're hitting into those hip stabilizers, waking them up because we're going to need them for some of the squat patterns we're doing. Trying to move my mic away so you don't hear my breathing. Yeah, I got another rude comment about my breathing. Other side. People on YouTube are obsessed with my breathing. Here we go. Lift up. Over 50 Fitness. Patreon. I don't hear anything about my breathing. YouTube, however, they don't like to hear me breathe. Good job. Here we go. Last 2. 1 more. Excellent. Let's finish this off with a squat. As we do, bring those arms out. Now we want the feet so that they're shoulder width or maybe even a bit wider. Toes are going to turn out. So when we bend the knees, the toes are tracking, and ideally with the second toe. Bums being pushed rearward with the chest lifted. Great job. Go down as low as it feels comfortable with your knees. As we go, though, you might be able to get a bit deeper, and I encourage you to try that. Let's do 1 more. Excellent. All right. We are going to get started in about 20 seconds. We have 1 dumbbell. So this also means in these movements, we are really going to fire up your core. So this is cool stuff. I want you to mirror me. Dumbbell in the hand. Okay. From this position, we are going to sit our bum back and ski the arms up, but only one arm is weighted. Let's give it a try. So by having that one arm weighted, we work a ton of core. So Knees tracking with toes. Feet are just hip width, so we don't have them too wide. Woo! We're holding on to that dumbbell. I know it feels weird just having that weight on that one side, but hang in there. This is good stuff for those abs of yours. Bring in the dumbbell just to the shoulders and use the hips to get the dumbbell up there. So squeeze the booty, boom, right up. Good. So each round we will alternate. So next round we'll do the other hand. So really pay attention to what arm you're using here. One more. And release. Woo. All right. Bring your dumbbell up into what we call goblet style. Come to one end of your mat. Get yourself set up into a wider squat, and let's sink into that squat. Good. Now let's travel 2 steps to the one side. 1, 2. Good. And back. 1, 2. Come out of it. So when we come back to home, that's when we can stand. But now if you want to make this harder, don't stand. So when I come out of it here, you stay low and keep going side to side. 2 lateral walking squats. Lifting up out of it. Shoulder blades pinched. Woo. Feeling that response with the heart rate. The ticker is ticking. Last time. Sink it down. Step it wide. One more time. And release. Okay. Dumbbell, hang clean, and press. Again, please mirror me. We want a hip hinge. And we're using the hips to get the dumbbell up to the shoulder, catch it, bring it down, and then push press and change arms. So let's try it. Ready? Here we go. Down, bend, press, change arms while you're still standing. So you want to use those legs right here to push the dumbbell up above the head. Now we're using the hips to bring the dumbbell up to the shoulder. So the shoulder is getting a lot of assistance. So if you find that your shoulder's burning out, I don't think you're using all the muscles in the lower body like you should be. So readjust that form. Woo, baby. I love this exercise. It is such a well-rounded movement. Time. Woo. All right, now we're going back to that squat. This time we'll stay in one spot and pulse it. So we're performing a technique called time under tension. That just means your quads are going to be on fire. So join me. Ready? Take it down. Now bring it up halfway. Go down and drive all the way up. Cool? Now, you advanced people, I want you to see if you go down to the elbows touching the insides of your thighs. Just starting out with me, or if you have sensitive knees, you take it as deep as it feels comfortable. Remembering knees tracking with toes, bum pushing rearward, head up, chest lifted. Good. So we're almost there. Pretty cool, right? No problem. We got this nailed. One more. Release. All right, alternating row. So we will alternate a row pattern. Let's go with those feet wide. Hip hinge for me. Arms out. Row. Switch at the bottom. Row. Good. Knees are bent. Chest is forward, but we're hinging through that hip joint. All right. Manipulating the back so that its gravity, line of gravity is coming down on it. This is our final move. We're going to go back to weighted skiers. Hopefully you either mirrored me or you remember which arm we're going to do for the second round. Anytime you grab a sip of water, we do have 15-second break in between. So I encourage you to save that for your water break if you can. So again, we can really get a good calorie burn, keep those muscles on fire, keep that heart pumping. One more each arm. Exhale as you lift. Last one. Come on up. The next round, I'm going to turn that into a renegade row. So you can either stay with that one or join me into a more advanced version. All right, mirror me. Feet are, remember, hip width, hinge, use the hips, and go. Feels so weird with one dumbbell. I know, I'm with you. Now remember this guy, right? We're using the hips to get the dumbbell up there. Shoulders just along for the ride. So side view, hinge. Squeeze the booty, come on up. Dumbbell coming up to shoulder height. Two more. Last one. And come on up. Woo! Shake out that hand. Woo, can get tired. All right, we got the lateral squats, walking with them. Now this time I'm going to stay low for the entire 40 seconds. If that doesn't interest you, you'll come back up when you get to home, okay? Sink down. Give me 2. 2. Now 2 back. Good. Now right here, stand if you need a breather. Otherwise, keep going. You do want to feel the outer hip muscles here, pushing that bum back, and then squeeze those shoulder blades. Can we sink a bit deeper? Woohoo! Yeah. Strong and sassy. That's how we're rolling for 21 days. One more. And come on up. All right. So alternating dumbbell hang, clean to press. Mirror me. So remember, this is the one where we first use our glutes to get the dumbbell to the shoulder, and then we use our legs to get the dumbbell up. Deal? 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Here we go. Glutes, legs. Change arms. Here we go. Glutes, legs. You got this. I find having my other hand on my hip useful, just gets it out of the way. Now, if you are doing this in real time, remember the Over 50 Fitness Facebook group is open to you, okay? So make sure you head there, connect with people, check in with us, let us know you got the workouts in. Whew. Time. All right, squat and pulse. So this is that time under tension, TUT training. So let's get those feet wide. I like mine wider than my shoulders. You play around with it. Toes are going to turn out. Dumbbell, ready, sink it down. Go up halfway, sink down, drive up. Back is long. Nice. Take a peek. Are those knees tracking with the second toe? So just imagine, or maybe you are on bare feet. I encourage you to try training with bare feet too. It really gives you a sense of the feel for the ground, where your knees are tracking with the toes, and helps strengthen the bottoms of your feet. One more. All right, time. Last exercise. It's that alternating row. So we did the hip hinge, and we alternated our row pattern. Or join me, and you can take it from the knees to start with, into a modified plank, perform a modified renegade row. Good. Or right off of the knees, feet apart, hips quiet. So, some options there. I want you to choose yours, and choose one that challenges you. Nobody got anywhere by staying in the comfort zone, all right? Make sure you're breathing. Last row. And come on up. All right. 2 rounds done. We are halfway from the top, weighted skiers. Hopefully you're just mirroring me. We're on to that first arm we started with. Feet are hip width. It's a narrow stance. push the hips back and drive those arms up because we're pushing through the glutes, through the hips. So this is the one that's going to activate more core than any ab crunch you can ever do. Trainer's promise. You have a lot happening when you've got, especially if you have a heavier dumbbell and you're doing it one arm only. We call it unilateral training. And it's a trainer's sneaky way to get your core strong without you even knowing it. Less than 10 seconds. Come on, team. Let's do this. 2 more. 1 more. Woo. No more. All right, walking lateral squats. Just for the fun of it, I'm going to start on this side of the mat. A little different scenery over here. All right, so let's sink down. Again, you got that option to stand up after you've done 2 lengths of your mat. So you can stand here, sink down, or stay with me. Try to really step out long too. Work those lateral hip muscles, or what we call your gluteus medius. Sink it down. We're almost there. Time. Woo! All right, mirror me. Dumbbell hang clean to press. Remember, this is the first one. Use the hips to get the dumbbell up there. Use the legs to get it up. Ready? Feet apart. 3, 2, 1. Hips. Legs. Change arms. My heels are actually leaving the ground when I push up. So, got a lot happening here too with this exercise. Hopefully you're figuring it out into our 3rd round here. So again, hip hinge, up, bend the knees, press. Switch arms. Hip hinge, bend the knees, press. Nice job. All right, squat pulse. Feet are as wide as you feel comfortable. Dumbbell up, belly button drawn into the spine. Tighten that core. Go down, halfway, down, come up. Good. Now, so that we've got that neck alignment, you take a look at where the ceiling and the wall meet, just ahead of you. And that should help out too with the mid-back positioning. Sometimes when we look down, we tend to round our upper backs. So quick, what type of training is this called for this exercise? That's right, time under tension. Beth from Oklahoma got it right. I would be seriously wigged out if there is a Beth from Oklahoma watching this. One more. That would be so cool. Let me know if there's a Beth from Oklahoma. All right, alternating rows. So you want that hip hinge. All right, row, and then the other arm. Or join me from the knees or the toes for renegade. Go. You know who I actually have to give a shout out to? All my patrons on Patreon. They're from all over the world. We have a large base of them in the UK. UK women, they just get me. They don't care about my breathing. Woo! One more each arm. Time. Oh, baby, I need a quick sip. Okay, we're moving into our final round. So weighted skiers. Ah, that felt good. Feet hip width, mirror me. Hopefully you've been mirroring me. Hinge, squeeze the hips up. So, the other hand you can even leave on the hip, really. So I am using a lot of glute here. Sitting my tush back, squeezing forward, coming out quickly, allowing momentum to happen, getting that dumbbell up to my shoulder. Gaze is straight ahead. Time. Whew. And not a second too soon. All right, let's walk with those squats. Get it up, that dumbbell. Now let's sink down into the squat. We got 2 to one side and back home again. Ready, go. 2, 2, and home. Lift here if you need a break. Shoulder blades pinched, don't lose that. Good job, you. Ooh, baby. One more time back home. Woo! And come on out of that squat. Shake out those legs. All right. We got the hips to get the dumbbell up there, the leg to press it up, okay? Legs up. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Good. Switch sides. Tighten up the hand here. Might help you out, keeping some stability into the trunk. Good. So it's down. Yeah, baby. Here we go. Down. One more. And well done, you. All right. Time under tension, squat pulse. If you're getting tired, you should be. We're almost there. Hang in there. Ready? Take it down. Drive halfway, down, and back home. Knees struck with toes. So for some of you, you might have to really focus on pushing those knees out. And if that is the case, we need to work your outer hip muscles a bit. If you're part of the Strong and Sassy challenge, we will be hitting that area quite a bit. So I'm looking to bulletproof everyone's shoulders, hips, low back, and knees by the end of the challenge. One more. Oh, we can get one more in. There's 4 seconds left. Come on. Woo! All right. We got alternating rows. Hip hinge, row, row. All right. Or join me down on the ground from the knees if you'd like. Otherwise, toes for advanced people. Gaze at the top of your mat. Feet apart, hips quiet. We get a well-deserved water break after this. One more each arm. Finish it off. And time. Woo! Shake out those hands. Well done, you. All right, don't leave me yet. We need to cool it down a bit. Hopefully you're going to join me as we bulletproof your shoulders and then we'll stretch out. All right, march it out. Grab some water if you need it. So if you are part of the challenge, all right, for the 21 days, each week we're hitting a different area in the body that tends to be a problem area as we get older. For week 1, it's our shoulders and our T-spine. So today we're going to work on a wonderful, amazing shoulder mobility drill to really get those shoulders moving and then work your rotator cuff muscles. So this is where you will need a rolled towel and a light dumbbell. For some of you, just a can of soup may be enough. So let's get ourselves set up. Take a peek at me first, all right? I'm going to place my forehead on the towel, tuck my toes into my mat, bring my arms ahead, circle my hands by not touching the ground, turn the palms up and bring the hands into the small of your back, my back, and then come back to start. My hands are not touching the ground at any point. For some of you, this is going to be really challenging. For others, it may be near impossible, especially if you have experienced frozen shoulder. If that's you, I want you to go into a hip hinge, all right, and do the motion like so. Because now you'll have a lot more room to play with if you don't have that flexion extension into the shoulder. So the ground is not very forgiving, is it? So let's give it a try. We have a total of 12 reps. Here we go. Forehead on your rolled towel. Let's keep that neck comfortable. Tuck the toes in. We want the toes gripping into the mat. Neutralize the pelvis. Extend the arms. Palms down. Lift the hands. Circle. Palms up. And right into the small of your back. So go above the bum. There we go. There's 1. Go at your pace. Just please don't be Speedy Gonzalez. All right. I want you to take it so that you can feel each articulation of the movement. I want the shoulders burning a bit by the end. If we go too fast, that's not enough time under tension. So I've got rep number 6. Last 2. And release. Whew, that does burn. All right, lie on your side. Get your light dumbbell. Take that towel, place it underneath the elbow, and have the elbow rest right on the top of your waist. From this position, grab onto the dumbbell, elbow at 90. All right, keep the elbow there and lift the hand up and lower down. Working external rotation of the rotator cuff. That's a grouping of 4 muscles in the back of your shoulder. That can cause a lot of havoc if they're weak. So you may find this exercise absolutely no problem, and then you'll hit a certain rep and you'll say, oh, okay, I see what muscle we're training. At some point you may need to even drop the dumbbell and continue on just your hand against gravity. The rotator cuff is an endurance muscle, so we're just always going to keep the weight light but the reps high. So in today's case, we're doing 20 reps. Woo, baby, last 4. One more. Other side. If you have any shoulder issues, the 2 drills I just showed you are also great warm-ups before a strength session. If you find your shoulders need a little extra love, especially if it's an upper body workout. Okay, here we go. Ready? And lift. And again, you're going to find the first few reps absolutely no problem, thinking to yourself, I could do this all day. And then you'll get to a certain rep count and you can no longer do it all day. For me, it's right here, halfway. Really try to lift that hand up, not moving through the wrist. A lot of people like to move their wrists. You want this movement coming through the shoulder joint. So here we internally rotate, and then we are weighted as we externally rotate. 3 more. 1 more. Oh, yes. All right, and if you're new to that exercise, say hello to your rotator cuff. All right, let's do a couple of quick stretches. I want to try and keep these workouts under 30 minutes to respect your time. So if you need longer warm-ups, you can definitely find them on the channel. And Over 50 Fitness, oh my goodness, you got so many different types of stretching and yoga. You can choose from there. All right, knee underneath the hip, squeeze the bum forward. All right, now let's bend that elbow. Pull it towards you, get into the shoulder, rotator cuff, while we also stretch into the hip flexor. Really squeeze this glute too and lean back. That's going to give you a better stretch. I hope you enjoyed the workout. And if you are part of the challenge, way to go, day 1. All right, let's do the other side. Knee underneath the hip, lunge forward, squeeze that glute, elbow bent, press in and hold. Release. Let's just get into those hamstrings and glutes. They work pretty darn hard. Lying down, extend your left leg straight up for me. If you are able to, interlace your hands, or maybe you have a stretch tie close by. Loop that around the foot. If this feels cool, your leg's not shaking, straighten the other leg. Lift the head up now, slide the chin in and lower down so that we've got that back of the neck long. For some of you, especially if we have some men here doing this workout, that might be hard to keep the back of your neck long. Then I want you to scoot a pillow underneath your head. When I used to teach exercise classes, that's literally what I spent the entire cool down doing, running around and putting yoga chip blocks underneath every guy's head. And it's simply because they're quite tight and they're really having to strain to lift their leg up. And you don't want to strain when you're stretching. All right, figure 4 stretch, cross that ankle over the other thigh. This might be enough for you. Just hang tough here, maybe close your eyes, get some deep breaths in. If you want it deeper, lift the knee up. Once again, back of the neck is long. And try to release and relax the other muscles in your body. You might not even know it. You might be holding your jaw in a certain position, clenching. Just relax. The work is done. Put a smile on your face. Left leg to the ground, other leg extends up. Again, if the leg's not shaking and this feels good, let the other one come down. If your leg does shake, I want you to loosen it up to a point where there's no more shaking. Maybe close your eyes. Couple of breaths here. Figure 4. Cross that ankle over the thigh. Pull that knee in if you want it a bit deeper. And release. Either roll on your side and use your arms to get yourself up, or rock yourself up with a knee. Seated position, nice and tall in your spine. Thank you so much for joining me. I look forward to reading your comments down below. And listen, you can help this video out if you're watching it on YouTube by clicking that thumbs up so the YouTube algorithm can find it. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and we'll see you next workout. Bye.